This one, instead of losing 25 damage at 20 meters away, is losing its 25 damage at who knows how far away. And use that one up close to pretty good effect, and then also use it at long range. 100 bullets, you can't go wrong with 100 bullets. Hello gamers, and welcome to another Battlefield 6 ranking video. Today we're talking about the light machine guns, which are one of the best classes in the entire game. They're basically 100 round assault rifles. If you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure to subscribe. Lots of videos coming for season 1 of Battlefield 6, and only 10% of the people watching my videos are subscribed. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Our first weapon is the L110. This is, of course, the rank 0 light machine gun, and what's really interesting about it is that it shares the same damage profile as basically any 5.56 assault rifle, which is to say it 4 shots to the body up to 20 meters, then it's a 5 shot to 75, and then after that a 6 shot. This basically means it has really great time to kill up close, but it does start to fall off at longer ranges, and that 6 shot kill at 75 meters isn't the best. But the nice thing about this gun is that it has very low recoil, especially when you bipod it, and great muzzle velocity, so it doesn't really matter. So you can probably tell I'm using a suppressor right now, and I'm not bipoding this gun, and it still has great recoil. The second you do bipod it though, it just does not move. As you can see, it's very, very accurate. And honestly, that makes it an incredibly solid gun in any range. This doesn't have the damage of some of the LMGs later, but it's so well balanced. In fact, it's basically the G36 damage-wise and range-wise, exactly the same, and the same RPM. So it's basically a 100 round G36. And if you think about it like that, it's a really good gun. So I'm gonna give this gun a 9 out of 10. Don't think it's the best LMG in the game. There are a couple LMGs that kind of do it a little bit better in some aspects. But next up, we have the DRS-IAR, aka the M27, aka the HK416, used as a light machine gun, but with 30 round mags, which is really interesting. It has a fire rate of 770, which is great. It actually has the same damage profile as the L110, same exact damage, but it has an extra 50 RPM and much better handling. It's weird because it kind of has higher recoil, but it also kind of has better standing accuracy. If you can control the recoil, it definitely functions better as an assault rifle. Not to mention the handling and the hipfire are pretty alright. I'm not going to call them amazing or anything. They are definitely slower than an assault rifle. You can definitely tell. I'm using a hipfire setup, and the hipfire is still not amazing, but it has good recoil and very solid spread. You can full auto people while standing up from decent range. Not to mention, like all LMGs, this comes with a bipod, and you can also get a grip pod, so you can have better standing accuracy and the ability to mount up and have, I mean, this is without controlling the recoil. This is with controlling the recoil. It doesn't really move. The DRS-IAR is definitely a gun I was like, this might be a little bit overrated. It's basically an L110 with a smaller magazine, but a little bit more RPM. But at the same time, it's like, it is the L110 with more RPM and better handling. But at the same time, it's kind of like a G36 with worse handling, but more RPM and better spread and the ability to bipod. So if you think about it as an assault rifle, then yeah, this gun is unbelievably good. So yeah, maybe this gun isn't overrated. Honestly, this gun is a 10 out of 10. I mean, it does CQC well, it does mid-range well, and like all LMGs, if you can get to a situation where a bipod is good, bipod will save you at longer ranges as well. But then next up, we have the M60. Now, the M60 is really interesting because this one is more like a 100 round G3. It has the same damage model as the G3. So basically, it fires at 514 RPM, which is not great. It also definitely has some of the slower handling that you'd expect from an LMG and really bad hipfire, but it has a wondrous 20 meter 3-shot kill body shot range. And that means if you land all 3 of your shots, this gun still has really good time to kill. What are you doing, bro? Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Not to mention, this gun has a 4-shot kill up to 75 meters away, and then after that, it's a 5-shot kill. So it has better minimum damage than many of the LMGs as well. The issue with it is, honestly, a 5-shot kill at range is good. And the 3-shot kill up close is really good as well. We'll talk about an LMG later that kind of does the more longer range damage model a bit better. But I'm not going to lie, up close, this gun feels really, really good. And it holds up really well over range as well. I mean, that 20 meter 3-shot kill is like very consistent, you know? I mean, 3-shot kill from there as well. You also have 100 bullets and 500 RPM, so you can shoot for literal years. I'm still fighting the lobby right now. What I like about this gun is that, yes, it's one of the slower firing LMGs, but it actually packs a punch, unlike some of the other guns we'll talk about later. Like 3-shot from there as well. Going from 10 to 20 meters on a 3-shot feels like 5 times the range. It's ridiculous. It's actually crazy how many more 3-shot kills you get. And overall, I'm going to give this gun a 9 out of 10. I think this is a really good gun. I think it's definitely up there with the L110. It depends on what you want, though. But then we got to get into a gun that is another gun that's basically a assault rifle with a bigger magazine, but it does it completely the wrong way. That being the RPK. RPK-74 is not good. Up close, it definitely holds its own like any gun in this game, but the issue with this gun is that it's another copy-pasted assault rifle damage model. This time, though, it's the damage model of the NVO or the HK-47C. The issue is that this has 550 RPM instead of 650, which is okay. You know, a lot of these guns are like, yeah, the same damage model, but lower fire rate. The issue is that this one, instead of having 100 rounds, has a 40 round capacity. So what you're getting with this gun is the same damage model, 100 less RPM, and only 10 more bullets to show for it. Plus you have much worse handling and much worse hipfire as well. It's basically like a slight extended mag that you can already get on these assault rifles, and then a direct downgrade and many other regards. Now, I will say you can bipod this gun and it does have better bloom overall at longer distances, but this gun is also extremely mid at mid-range as well, because just like the NVO, it drops down to a 6-shot kill. And to put the nail in the coffin, the M60 has about 40 less RPM, which is not that big of a deal. It's 514 instead of 550, but the M60 can 4-shot kill to about 4 times the range. It can 5-shot kill to unlimited more range, and it can 3-shot kill to double the range. And also this has 40 bullets and the M60 has 100. All of this is to say this gun can definitely hold its own, but objectively this gun just provides nothing. Honestly, I'd give this gun a 5 out of 10. You can get work done with this gun for sure, but there's really no reason to use it. Next up, we have a very interesting weapon, that being the M123K. The M123K is, wow, I'm not going to be able to get you, buddy. Oh my, that guy's horrible. This gun is really interesting because it's essentially L110 with more recoil and more fire rate. It has a fire rate of 830 instead of 720, but it does the same damages at the same ranges. And yeah, you can definitely feel that RPM difference, but the recoil, it's not great either. The cool thing is this gun comes with a short barrel, so you can just run the short barrel. You'll have worse spread and full auto, but you can just have better hip fire and better handling, which makes this gun really fun up close. The issue is 720 RPM is already plenty, and the recoil difference with this gun is pretty massive, as well as the spread difference. So this one's interesting because it kind of feels like you can use it at closer ranges more effectively, but it falls off a lot harder than some of the other LMGs. The issue is there's kind of already a gun that does that, and it does it a lot better, and we'll talk about that one later. That being said, there's really nothing wrong with this gun. And if you find the recoil to not be a problem, it is kind of like 100 more RPM on the L110. But I'm not gonna lie, this one does have some recoil to it and some spread, but I do like it for close range. But like I said, there is a better close range one. So I think overall, I'd give this gun a 7 out of 10. I think it's a pretty good gun, but I do think I'd rather take the L110 and use that one up close to pretty good effect, and then also use it at long range. Okay, but you know, 100 bullets, you can't go wrong with 100 bullets. You can just spray for years. You know, there's people over there, maybe can't see them, but I can kill them. But then we have an unbelievable light machine gun, that being the M250. This gun is incredible. Already got a triple off of that. Right now, I'm not bipoding it because it's kind of hard to bipod on domination. Wait, that was through one of my down teammates, and it actually reduced the damage. That's crazy. Anyway, this gun is really interesting because it does actually only 25 damage. But the issue with the 25 damage, issue is probably the wrong word actually, is how far you can deal 25 damage. So up close, this has a slightly slower time to kill than the L110 because it has 675 RPM instead of 720 RPM. It does have more recoil, but the thing about this is that this one, instead of losing 25 damage at 20 meters away, there we go, is losing its 25 damage at who knows how far away. So at close range, the time to kill on this one is pretty decent, but it's not really the best. And then it has a bipod, and you can just, you know, have no recoil. And it has the fastest full auto time to kill in the entire game at anything past, like, I don't know, 30 meters away, 40 meters away. Because where the L110 is a 6-shot kill, this one is still a 4. Got him. Yeah, I'll res you, bud. This gun is incredible. I'm not even bipoding it here. Like, if you land your first few bullets, it still has pretty good recoil as well. That also means that this does have a faster time to kill than even like something like the M60. Even if that gun has like a good 4-shot kill range, that gun eventually becomes a 5-shot kill as well. And it has lower fire rate as well, which means, yes, this gun has like actually significantly better range than something like the M60. Damn, I just spawned on like combat. Yeah, the main drawback of this gun really, and this is what I thought would bring this gun down, is of course the 50 rounds. Like 50 rounds instead of 100 is a pretty big drawback, and the reload time on this gun is extremely mid as well. So I was like, yeah, this gun is probably not a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, amazing range, but it only has 50 bullets. Then I was using it on breakthrough, and I was going 40 and 3. And I was like, you know what? I think I gotta give this a 10 out of 10. Unlimited 4-shot kill range. Is this even like intentional? I can't tell. High rank, yes, but definitely worth the unlock. And also you can get a 100-round mag for it, but the issue with that is that it costs 55 points, and 55 points means you basically can't run any attachments at all, which is kind of unlucky, but you know, gun's good as is. The KTS, guys, we have to talk about this gun. So this gun has no recoil, but only 514 RPM, the same RPM as the M60. But the issue with this is that it does the same damage through the same ranges as the L110. This gun feels like it's bipoded while you're not bipoded, which is definitely cool, but the other guns you can use up close and not bipod them and just have tons of RPM. And then at long range, you could bipod them, and then you have low recoil. You guys were watching the L110 gameplay. The L110 is, not too bad for its recoil, you know? And it's just, you know, has decent time to kill. You can use it up close, and it has way better suppressive fire at longer ranges because, like I said, this has the exact same damage profile as the L110, the M123K, or basically any assault rifle in the entire game, which means it's also competing with the L85 and the SCAR for just like a long range, good accuracy gun. Both those guns also have better handling and also have more RPM. So that being said, if you can't control the recoil in the L110, then this gun could be for you, but you know, the L110 is pretty accurate, so I don't know. But overall, I think this gun deserves a nice 6 out of 10. I think it's nice that you can just shoot forever and have really good accuracy, and you can just completely ignore the bipod feature as well. But yeah, I don't think this gun is anything too amazing. I'm honestly surprised how well I'm doing up close. I feel like these guys are just not shooting back enough. I have literally like half their TTK. Bro, please. What kind of lobby am I in? People usually shoot back at me in this game, bro. Thank you, Dice. Dice is like actually conspiring to make this the best gun in the game. Just like the SCAR, it's getting a 6 out of 10 because it's kind of like a different version of the SCAR. But then next up, we have the M240L, which is a very interesting LMG because this has the damage profile of the M60, but has 600 RPM instead of 514. So a lot more fire rate. Wait, where is this guy at? Are you just oh my God, you're And as you can see, it still has that nice 3-shot kill range, but like I said, it has 600 RPM instead of 514. The downsides are the recoil is higher, and as you can see, it only has a 50-round belt. But only having 50 rounds is kind of an upside at the same time, because this gun does have a nice reload time when compared to other LMGs in the game, because it's faster than any, you know, 50 or 100-round LMG. That was insane movement for an LMG. So it kind of feels like a more CQC-based M60. The time to kill isn't as good as something like the NVO or the HK417 or the SG553R, any of those close-range 3-shot kill guns, because those guns just fire faster. But this has that 20-meter 3-shot kill, so a lot of fights this will actually kill faster than many of the close-range assault rifles and carbines, which is really cool. The big downside, though, is that the ADS speed is really bad. Even though it only has 50 rounds, it has the same ADS speed as many of the 100-round LMGs. And also the recoil is kind of mid, not gonna lie. So time to kill wise, it definitely competes up close, but then handling wise, it doesn't really compete up close. And then it just has more recoil and worse spread than the M60. So honestly, I think I'm gonna give this gun a very nice 8 out of 10 because up close, it definitely, if you can get your ADS to be a little bit faster, it'll definitely do a lot better. But I mean, TTK wise, this gun is really good. This is like the Rambo LMG, bro. You got the loose belt mag, you got super fast time to kill up close, you can run around. Really fun gun, but probably not the best for the LMG role. Damn. I mean, that's really fast, though. Make sure to subscribe because into Season 1, I'll be making lots of Battlefield 6 videos. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Have a nice day.